Hey everyone, welcome to Fatherland. I'm a new father, and as you can imagine, when you're having your first child, there's a lot to know and it can be a little overwhelming. So I thought I'd start a YouTube channel and share my experience with you, and hoping that will make it easier for you guys. This is my first video, so I'm going to be doing more, so make sure to subscribe. This is my top 10 essentials I recommend for newborns. Now, of course, there's diapers and wipes and onesies, but of course, you already know that. These are things you probably haven't thought of, but you're definitely going to need. Everything I'll be talking about today, there's going to be a link in my description, so if you want to check it out. And on top of that, everything that I recommend for baby products, I'll have a link to that down below. Everything on my list is battle tested by my son, so when I recommend something, you know I've had great success with it. Number one on my list, and that's a changing pad. The reason is you're going to need to place your baby somewhere, right, to change their diaper. Well, with these changing pads, they're cushioned and they're made out of vinyl, so when you like are changing your baby, if they have an accident, for example, like number 1 or 2, and it's not going to soak through, you can just kind of like wipe it down and then it's clean. And like I said, the changing pads have a cushion on it, so it's nice and soft. Alright guys, so this is the changing pad, and this is where I change my diapers. So I always keep everything ready to go. So think of it like a NASCAR, right? When they change the tire, you want to be prepared, because the longer it takes, the more likely there might be an accident. And if there is an accident, not that big of a deal, because this is vinyl. It's very soft, so when you put them down there, it's very cushiony, and it's got the edges, so the likelihood of them falling off is not that good. And if you really need some assurance, you always got a seatbelt. But I always put my baby down here. I got the diaper. I'll get that ready to go, right? And then after that, I'll take the old diaper out, and then it's kind of like NASCAR, changing it, and boom. I got my wipes, got everything ready to go. So this is the cushion that I like, and the reason is it's not quilted, so because some of them that are like this can be quilted, so if they make a mess, it's going to go right into the fabric, whereas with this one, it's nice and smooth. If there's a mess, easy to clean. Number 2 on my list is a warehouse membership, and what I mean by that is like a Costco or Sam's Club membership. The reason is they sell things in bulk, so for example, diapers, formula, wipes, all that kind of good stuff. And on top of that, they sell, for example, things like strollers for a really good price. They even beat Amazon. Number 3 on my list is 2 things, guys: latex gloves and Clorox wipes. The reason is when you're on the changing pad and changing your baby, you can wear the gloves, so if it's, for example, like a number 2, you have something on your hand so you don't get real messy. And then if there is a mess, like on the changing pad, you got Clorox wipes. You can just kind of wipe it down to make sure it's sanitized. Number 4 on the list is a music machine, and there's so many of these on the market. I have a particular one that I like. It's an Elephant, and the reason I like it is that it does everything in one. So for example, plays music, it does the heartbeat, the wave, and on top of that, it will like shoot a light up into the ceiling, so kind of entertains my child. So this is my favorite toy in the world, and the reason is, you know what, you can press this. So at nighttime, when my baby's sleeping, I'll play this, and this will put him to sleep. And if you want some lights, it'll have some lights up in the ceiling. Number 5 on the list is batteries, and the reason is so many things you buy for your child requires a battery. Like I said, the music machine, battery. And if you buy a swing or a bouncer, they have a vibration on it, and those are powered by batteries. Number 6 on my list, and that's a carrier. And what I mean by a carrier is like, something you can like put your baby in, and it kind of wraps around you, so that way if you're home, you're doing things, you can be productive without having to carry him in your arms. How do I look? So this is one of the things that I was mentioning, like a carrier. This one, my son doesn't fit into it yet, but you can put him in here and just secure yourself and walk around, and that way when you're home, you can do a lot of things. Or if you want to go out and do things, for example, like walk around the neighborhood or something like that, and you don't want to carry him in your arms, this is a great option. But for me, my son is still, like a newborn stage, so we have something else. So let me get that for you. Alright guys, I know this thing looks like a sash, something that Miss America would wear, but this is called a ring sling, and this thing is really good. Now it's a little, complicated to learn at first, but you can put your newborn in here and they kind of like sit in there as if they're like hugging you, and then you can kind of just like go about doing your business, and this is perfect for a newborn. Number 7, and that is a Brita filter. And the reason is, nowadays you don't have to heat up the water and all that kind of stuff. The way you do it nowadays is you take the water and you put it into the bottle, and then you take whatever scoop you need, a formula, and you throw it in there and then shake it up and it's ready to go. So you want to make sure the water you use is clean. So a Brita filter is something you definitely should get. Number 8, this is something I wasn't told about until we were kind of like frustrated, and that was a CoSleeper. Because when you get your child, everyone expects you to have a crib, right? So that's very traditional. And of course, I do recommend that, but you got to feed your baby, your newborn, every 3 hours, and it can be very taxing on your body, because you got to get up every 3 hours and you got to feed him and then hold him for 30 minutes so that way he can kind of digest the milk, and then you go back to sleep and then repeat. So what I really like about this CoSleeper is he's actually sleeping on your bed, and like it's like the CoSleeper is kind of like a basket. You put him in there, and then for example, if he kind of like wakes up in the middle of the night crying or something, you can just put your arm around him, reassure him, and then he'll fall back asleep instead of having to get up and walk to the crib, pick him up, and all that kind of stuff. CoSleeper, it's very affordable. I think I paid about 30 bucks for it at TJ Maxx, and it was a great purchase. Number 9 on the list, and that is non-alcoholic hand sanitizer. The reason is, if you get regular hand sanitizer, it's got alcohol in it, and if the baby like licks your hand, it's gonna swallow the alcohol. So you want non-alcoholic hand sanitizer. Number 10 on the list is a swing and a bouncer, and the reason is you can't always be carrying your child, and the carrier, as good as it is, sometimes they don't want to be in there. You want to like just put them in like a swing or a bouncer. And what's great about the swing is that it plays music, it's got a vibration, and you can swing it different ways. And now the bouncer, as he gets older, you can put him in there, and it's very lightweight, so you can kind of carry him in there like downstairs or upstairs, wherever you want to place him, because the swing is kind of heavy. You can't take that everywhere with you, but the bouncer is very lightweight. So for me and my wife, in the evening when we're watching television, we'll take it downstairs, put him in there, and then it's got a seat belt. You can put that on there, and then it's got a vibration also. Now both things are, for the vibration, require a battery. Alright guys, so this is the bouncer seat. As you can see, I got my son in here. He's wrapped like a burrito. He's got his pacifier. He's modeling it for me, and you can bounce it manually like this with your hand. Otherwise, it's got a vibration. You can press that. It's battery powered, so you want to make sure to have batteries, like I said in the list. But as you can see, he's about 2 months old. He's really enjoying himself in there. Okay guys, so the next thing is the swing, and here it is. It's made by a company called Graco, and it has different settings, so you can play music. It's got like water, and then you turn it off, and it's got like 6 different settings on how fast the swing will go. And what's really cool about the swing, you can have it go this way, or if you press this, you can go this direction, so that way it can go like that. And another cool thing is, if you want, you can press this and take it off and like put it down here or something like that, and kind of like a rocker, and you can take it with you. Now it is heavy, so I really don't do that. That's why I got the bouncer, but that is an option. Now, like with everything, it comes with a vibration. It's battery powered. So that's it guys, that's my top 10 newborn essentials. Everything I listed today is going to be in the description, so definitely check out the link. If you like what I'm doing here, make sure to subscribe, give me a like, and definitely hit the notification bell so when I upload videos, you'll be the first to be notified. Stay tuned for more videos from Fatherland.